How's it going? Coach Jay, body transformation specialist, my friend. Listen, I'm gonna show you how to do the side plank barrel roll. Now, this is a movement that I came up with a long time ago, prepping for one of my competitions to get a very, very tight looking midsection. Now, the midsection, it looks great just having, the abdominals that you can actually see. It surely looks great, right? It definitely does. But if you don't have the full picture, meaning that side abdominal coming from up under your armpit all the way down to your iliac crest, or that V-line that everybody so loves, it doesn't complete the full picture, the full illusion of the abdominal or the midsection, okay? So if you have all of that together, it looks absolutely incredible. Whether you're taking photos, whether you're walking on the beach, or whether you're wearing form-fitting clothes, or perhaps even an exercise top such as this, okay? So the key is to have the full entire look, as well as looking at everything from the top down. What is it that you're actually doing when you're doing this movement? Well, the first benefit that you're going to receive is it's going to be constant tension on the abdominal region. When you have constant tension, that's where you're going to get the major benefits. When you take the tension off of the muscle, hopefully this makes common sense, but common sense is not everyone's common knowledge, so let me explain. Hopefully it makes common sense though. When you keep the tension on the muscle, you're going to get the result on a higher level, okay? Most people, what they're doing is they're exercising, but they don't have the proper tension on the muscles all the time. And the abdominals specifically require a ton of tension. Why is that? Now, that does not mean a lot of time, but a ton of tension when you're under that time, okay? Why is that? Because number one, we use the abdominals, right, for extension, and we use the abdominals for flexion. We also use the abdominals, whether that be the transverse abdominals, whether that be the obliques, or whether that be the rectus abdominals. We use all of that to keep our posture upright and to keep us with a healthy spine. Okay, all of these things are very important when you're just thinking about practicality of living your life on a higher level. Okay, also it's functional. So let's say that you go to pick up a couch and you're trying to vacuum under that couch, or let's just say that you actually have to lift yourself off of the floor. Okay, very simple things, right? Practical things. You need your abdominals to be able to do those things. Okay, also, again, going back to the posture, if you don't want this bent over position here, right, or any forward head syndrome, or any of the things that lead to scoliosis or anything else that just gives you kind of a look that you really are not after, not that Hollywood look, not that pristine look, then all you have to do is you have to make sure you're working your abdominals properly. So those are the benefits. Now listen, okay? So the first thing that we understand is we have to do the side plank. The side plank is the first part of this whole scenario, okay? So the side plank, all that means is we're gonna line up our shoulder and our elbow. That's called stacking the joints. The shoulder needs to be directly on top of the elbow. You don't want the elbow further away from the body, and you don't want the elbow too far under the body. You want it stacked directly under the shoulder, okay? What that does is it protects your shoulder and it protects your rotator cuff, which is the deep musculature inside of the shoulder, okay? And that's kind of the muscles that go underlooked, but the ones that start to really hurt and have inflammation if you're doing the wrong things from a pressing standpoint. Pressing standpoint, whether it be vertical or whether it be a horizontal press, okay? So with that being said, stack your joint. So you're going to put your shoulder, again, right on top of your elbow. You can see in the video that that's exactly what you see. Also, I do not want to see any external rotation of your lower arm bone and I don't want to see too far of an internal rotation of your lower arm bone. All of this stuff is going to use too much rotator cuff. We want to kind of keep the rotator cuff as much out of this as we possibly can. Because it is inside of the shoulder, we can't completely shut it off, but we can when we don't want to shut it off anyway. You can't completely not use it or not put any ineffective tension through it, but we can slightly do so. And how we slightly do so is not having too far of external or too far of internal rotation. Now, once we have that, we want to make sure that the fist is facing the direction that you're facing. That's the next point. And once you have all of that, you want to straighten out your legs to where you're flexing the front of your legs and you're squeezing your butt before you do anything. The next thing that you're going to do is you're simply going to lift your hips off of the ground. And once your hips are off of the ground, I want you to tighten up your shoulder blades. I want you to feel like you're bringing your shoulder blades together, okay? So how do we do that? Well, we lift our hips up and then we pull our shoulder down and back. Now, this is the proper form for the side plank. Now, the barrel roll of this is once you have done the proper time of under tension, whatever I have set for you, let's just say it's 30 seconds. So once you have been here for 30 seconds with proper form and posture, the next thing that you're gonna do is you're gonna roll to the side. Now, this is the tricky point. All you're going to do is you're gonna create a 90-degree arm, okay? And you're gonna send this arm over to the next side, and you're gonna barrel roll to the next side plank. So without talking, here we go. So, let's say I am under tension here for 30 seconds already. I'm going to take this arm right up here on top. I'm gonna create this 90-degree arm. Boom, I'm gonna slowly turn, and then I'm going to send myself into the next side plank, again, keeping the shoulder down and back, or the shoulder blades squeezed together. Then once I've done 30 seconds here, I can either rest for however long it says to rest, or if I'm really, really strong, I can just go into the next barrel roll, boom, and then send it over again. Every time you barrel roll, you just create this 90-degree arm, right? It looks like 90 degrees here, and then you're just gonna keep, boom, going to the next side. Now, what I want you to understand is that each side is half of the set. Each side of your body is half of the set, or each side plank is half of the overall total movement. So that means that once you have done 30 seconds on one side, that's half. Then you do 30 seconds on the other side, that's the whole actual set, okay? So one side and one side, that is 2 movements, but it equals 1 full set, all right? So you understand that, okay? So that is the side plank barrel roll. This is Coach J, Body Transformation Specialist. I hope that this video was informative for you and you understand how to do the movement. I hope I did not extend it too much, and I hope that you had enough benefit so you can truly understand the science behind it and how the movement actually works. Make sure that you watch this video over so you have full understanding before you do it, and we'll talk with you soon.